You've probably heard the term virtual machine, right? And it sounds, well, super complicated. But what if I told you it's one of the most important ideas in all of technology, and that it's actually way simpler than you think? Well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to break it all down.
So let's just start with this question. What if, instead of forking over thousands of dollars for a massive, powerful computer, you could just rent one? And I mean a really powerful one, but only for the exact amount of time you need it. Maybe an hour, maybe a day, maybe even just 5 minutes. That powerful, simple idea, well, that's what a virtual machine is all about.
All right, let's dive right in. We're going to get to the heart of what a virtual machine, or a VM as you'll hear it called, actually is. No confusing tech jargon, I promise.
So, at its core, a virtual machine is just that, a complete computer. It does everything your laptop or desktop does. You can install software, run apps, save files, the whole thing. The only difference? It doesn't sit on your desk. It lives inside a massive data center somewhere, and you connect to it right over the internet.
And when I say it's a complete computer, I really mean it. It's got all the parts you'd expect. It has a CPU for its brain, RAM for memory, a hard drive for storage, and a network card so it can talk to the internet. You even get to pick its personality, its operating system, like Windows or Linux. It is the real deal, just without the physical box.
Okay, so to really make this whole concept click, let's use an analogy. I want you to forget all about servers and data centers for a second. Instead, let's think about a giant grand hotel.
Just picture this huge, sprawling hotel building. This building, that's the cloud provider's data center. A massive physical structure that's just jam-packed with incredibly powerful computer hardware.
Now, inside this giant hotel, you've got thousands upon thousands of individual rooms, and every single one is private, it's secure, and it's completely separate from all the others.
And here it is. This is the key. Every single one of those hotel rooms is a virtual machine. It's your own private, totally isolated computer that you can rent inside that giant building. Whatever you do in your room is your business, and it doesn't affect your neighbor in the room next door one bit. And think about the rules of this hotel. You don't have to own the building, right? You don't have to worry about the plumbing or the electricity. You just rent your room, your VM, for exactly as long as you need it. And inside that room, you're free to decorate it, set it up however you want, completely separate from everyone else.
Okay, so now we get the what. It's a virtual room in a giant tech hotel. But why? Why are so many companies, big and small, checking into this virtual hotel? What's the big deal?
I mean, let's stick with our analogy. The question really is, why would you go through the hassle and expense of buying and running an entire hotel building when all you really need is the perfect room?
The perks are just huge. Companies don't have to shell out a fortune for physical servers. They don't have to pay the massive electricity and cooling bills or worry about physical security. And the best part? If they suddenly get really busy and need more power, they don't have to buy more machines. They just rent another room. It's faster, it's way cheaper, and it's unbelievably flexible.
And when I say fast, I mean fast. Getting a new physical server set up in your own building could take weeks, maybe even months. With virtualization, you can spin up a brand new, powerful virtual machine in like 2 to 5 minutes. That's less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee. That kind of speed is an absolute game changer.
But wait, it actually gets even better, because just like any good hotel, the cloud doesn't just have one type of room. Nope, you get to walk up to the virtual front desk and choose the exact kind of room that's perfect for what you need to do. So for example, if you just need to run a simple website, you can get a standard room, a general-purpose VM. If you're working with huge databases and doing heavy analysis, you might want to upgrade to a deluxe suite. That's a memory-optimized VM. And for the really heavy-duty stuff, like training an AI model or rendering a movie, you can rent the conference hall, a super-powered VM with a specialized GPU. You pick what you need, and you only pay for that.
So how do you actually get the keys to your virtual room? Well, there are 2 main ways. For a Windows VM, you'll probably use something called Remote Desktop, which basically gives you that full, familiar point-and-click desktop you already know. For Linux, it's usually something called SSH, which is like opening a direct, powerful command line right into the machine's brain.
Okay, we're almost there, and I really want to leave you with what I think is the most important idea of all. You see, virtual machines aren't just another thing in the cloud. They are the absolute foundation of the cloud itself.
If you remember one thing from all this, let it be this. VMs are the key building block of the cloud. They're the fundamental Lego brick that almost everything else is built from.
Think of it like this.
At the very bottom, the foundation is the virtual machines. They provide the raw computing power. Then, cloud providers take those VMs, those bricks, and they build more advanced services on top of them, things like giant databases or complex application platforms. So even when you're using some fancy high-level cloud service, chances are, under the hood, it's all just running on a whole bunch of these simple virtual machines.
So, there you have it. The entire cloud, in a way, is just this grand hotel, built from millions of these flexible, powerful virtual rooms. They're the foundation for everything, from the simplest website to world-changing AI.